Hey everyone, in today's Marvel United X-Men game, we are seeing the X-Force of Cable, Shatterstar, Warpath and Hope Summers taking on Strife. So this game's a little bit different because in place of the remove villains, we have this Train Hope card. Now, it just says you have to use a move and punch in the same turn and place them on here. It doesn't say nothing about being in the same square as Hope. I cannot see anything for it, so I've decided for a bit of a challenge, for a bit of difference, that you have to be in the square as Hope to place the things down. So that's what I've gone for. And Strife as a villain, he has 12 health. His special rule is Dark Riders. On each hero turn, the first thug attacked requires 2 punches to be defeated. So if he was to attack the thug in their position, it would take 2 to defeat, but then whoever gets to move next time could move to there and just punch those for 2. Basically, it's only the first one. On a BAM, he deals 1 damage to each hero in Strife's location and adds 1 thug to the next location clockwise. On Overflow, if 1 or more can't be placed, then you turn all civilians into thugs in the next location clockwise. Okay, that's interesting. Then Villainous Plot, the heroes lose if all locations are fully occupied by thugs. So at least we've got a different sort of challenge to do in this one. So let's get into it. So the villain is up first as always, and he is going to move 0 and then BAM, along with placing 3 thugs. So he obviously isn't going to hurt anybody or shift. So what I've done is placed a thug, placed a thug, placed a thug, and then because of the BAM, you place another one. So that location is basically as good as full. So Cable is up first, and he's going to use his Double Wild, and he's just going to use them as heroics to place on that threat right there. Shatterstar's up next, and he's going to use a Vibratory Shockwave. So he's discarded 1 card from his hand to the bottom of his deck, and he's going to punch, 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 and then split as he likes in adjacent locations. So the first thing we're going to do is double punch that thug right there, and then punch 1 of those there. Just needed to get rid of a few thugs, I feel. Then we're going to move and place 2 heroic tokens with the Double Wild. Warpath is up last, and using the movement, he is just going to play 1 punch token, and he is going to be the first one to train Hope up. So we just put a move and punch on her Train Hope board, and we need 2 more to complete. So Strife's turn again, and he is doing another move 0 and BAM, but with his Psionic Mastery. Until the beginning of the next villain turn, cancel all special effects on hero cards. So doesn't move and just BAMs. So I've placed a thug token up there, and that's it. No one can use any of the special powers. So I am going to make it so Hope can't train herself, basically. So I could have used this to train Hope, but I don't think that would be in the spirit of training her if you use her own powers. You probably can, but I'm going to house rule it to not allow it. So we're just going to move and double punch, and because the start of the hero turn, we can only get rid of 1. Cable's up next, and Cable basically has nothing without special powers, so this is the only one I've just drew into this. So we're going to use his Wild, and we're going to use it as a move, because we're going to move to Hope space, and then we're going to train up Hope. That's what we're going to do. So just moves to there, and then we train her up. So because of the legacy virus, we have decided with Shatterstar to not draw a card. And we are using the only one he hasn't got a special power on, and that is this one right here, is double wild action. So with Cable's wild, we're going to put a token on the legacy virus, clear that. And then I think I'm going to rescue 2 civilians. The end of turn effect, though, does say you must discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So Strife's up, and he is going to move 5 and bam, and then he's going to place a few civilians. So let's just follow this one. So he's going to move 5, so he's going to move to there. He's then going to bam, so we get a thug there. And then he's going to place some civilians. So we get overflow here. And that causes the next one to turn into thugs. So we've got 2 locations full right now. And then we're going to add a civilian there and then 2 there. So it's all looking a little bit full at the minute. So Warpath, he's going to use his acute senses, and he's going to look at the top card of the master plan deck and put it back on top. And he can also move. So if we have a look, it's going to be a 4 and a bam, so he's going to be there. So we don't want to be in that location. Okay, but there is going to be some sodding, what do you call it, isn't there? Overflow, I think, potentially. So we're going to move 1 anyway. And then with the 2 worlds, we're just going to place 2 heroics. So Hope is going to play her double wild, because it's basically all she's got that's any good. And so what she's going to do is she's going to move. Then she's going to place 2 heroic tokens. And that means that we're basically all but set up to take down the threats. And then we just need 1 more to train Hope. So we should be okay. So that leaves Cable last, and what he's going to do is Techno Active Manipulation. So he's discarded a card, so he's got 4 wild actions basically. And he is going to, first off, defeat the thug. So that costs 2 because the first one defeated. He's then going to clear a threat and save a civilian. And it says, end of turn, you must add a thug and civilian to this location. So that was brilliant, wasn't it? So we knew it was coming. He is going to move 4 and then bam, and then place a few thugs. So first things first, he's going to move 4. No one in his location, so he bams and places a thug clockwise. He's then going to place a thug there, 2 thugs there, so they're going to flip, and then 2 thugs there. So this one's either going to be very close, or we're going to fail miserably in a second. So Shatterstar has healing factor, so he's going to draw cards until he's got 3 in his hand, and that was very, very useful. And then he's going to move and place a heroic. Now I have not read this before. I haven't read it properly. And what it says is, as long as this threat is in play, Strife ignores 1 damage during each hero turn, and they are cumulative. So there's 3 of these on the board, so we need to get rid of them. They were the first ones we should have got rid of. So yeah, bit of a pain. So I can either jump in there, or I can move down to here and start placing one on there. I think we'll be fine with 1, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump up to there and I'm just going to clear it. And then end of turn, it says you may rescue 1 civilian. Thank you very much. So basically we need to shift and try and clear a force field as quick as possible. So I'm going to use Warpath's double wild, because the only other cards he's got are 1 wilds. So I might as well use the double. So just move him to there and place that there. So there's no way around it. We've got to clear this Legacy of Iris threat. It's too much of a pain because Hope, I've agreed to not draw a card because she's there. So she's got 1 health remaining, 1 card left. And let's do it in style, shall we? So we're going to use the double punch on that one, clear the threat, and then clear another thug to clear it up. So clear this up and then clear 2 thugs. And it says you may deal 1 damage to a thug or henchman in any location. Ooh, any. I think I'm going to go here. Just so as a hope that it doesn't fill up. So Strife is going to move 3 and he's not going to bam, which is different. So let's just try and work this one out. So he's going to move 3. So he moves there. He's then going to try and place a, what do you call it here, a civilian. So he can't place it. But they are all, what do you call it? So what happens? So we turn them clockwise in the next location. So can't do it there. So is it just that one? That one gets turned. So that's because of that. And then we add 2 to here. So we can only add 1. So that one gets flipped. And then we add 2 civilians here. So yeah, near enough lost this. So cable's up, and because of my little house rule, I can't train Hope. I'm not in the same location as her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a move to get in the same location. And then going to use the 2 punches. He also has drawn 3 cards to get rid of a thug. And then I'm going to use the heroic to save a civilian. So hopefully that might clear us up a little bit. We do have to save 4 civilians till we can each draw a card though. So Shatterstar's up, and he also can't reach Hope. So what he's going to do is he's going to move and punch, and then punch again with Cable's power. And he can get rid of 2. It's just, where do we move to? So I think we move to there. So that's all we do basically, because I didn't want to move there because I didn't want to get rid of a card basically. Strife, he's playing Psionic Mastery, so until the beginning of next turn, special effects on hero cards are done. He's going to move 0 and bam, so he is going to damage old Warpath. And yeah, I know what card I'm going to get rid of. And then he's going to place a thug in this location. So that's that. So Warpath is up, and Warpath has this. I just drew into this, so that's really, really lucky. So move and heroic. So he's going to place a heroic right there. He's then going to move. And then he's going to train Hope with the move and punch. So there we have it. We can finally start punching on Strife. Here with Hope, we can't do much damage to him right now because of the force fields. He's got 2 force fields in action. So we need to get rid of them, don't we? So what we're going to do with Hope is a move and a move. So there and there. And then we're just going to place 2 heroic tokens. And hope that he doesn't do much. So Strife is going to move 1 and then bam. So he's going to move 1. He bams the pair of them. So Cable's got 2 health, Warpath has 1. He's then going to place thugs. So I think that's it. I think that's how it works. So basically there's like four locations, 4 spaces that need to be filled out for him to win. So Cable is up and Cable is doing the take 1 for the team play. He's got 1 card left in hand, but I think it's the wisest thing to do, really. So we're going to move, clear that threat, and then he's going to move and clear that threat right there. And then it says you may gain 1 punch token. You may exchange action tokens with another hero in this location. So yeah, I think he will give a punch token to Hope Summers. So this one's on a knife edge, isn't it, really? And Shatterstar is going to use vibratory shockwaves. He's discarded a card, got 2 left in his hand. So yeah, this is how he's going to do it. He's going to move and then use 4 or 3 punches and then using the wild as a punch. So gonna go to there, hit him 4 times. He has 8 health remaining. So Strife is going to move clockwise to the next location with the most heroes, and then he's going to deal 2 damage to each hero in that location. So he's going to move here. And he's going to knock both of them out. So he gets 2 BAM effects. So he gets to add a thug to the next one, doesn't he? So 2 up there. So yeah, not looking good, is it? So Warpath can move, and then punch once. So takes 1 health off him. He's got 7 left. So Hope gets up, and she's got 2 of the Sudden Embracing Destiny cards in the hand now, which is absolutely useless, obviously, because what they do is you discard cards to get rid of the threats. Yeah, great early game, not so good when they're at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, she's just going to play that punch there, and the double punch, so he's got 5 health left. And Strife plays a move 1 and bam, and wins the game. So at least I think he does. So he moves there. He then goes to, he can't do a damage, so he places. So he's going to place up there, right? So places a thug there, and then overflow. So thugs all around the board. Yeah. It is over. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think if I'd have got these 2 cards here, better on, earlier, because they seem to be at the bottom of the deck, and I think she's got 3 in her deck as well. It's just the way it is. I also did stupid things and didn't realise these threats here, did I? That was my own stupid fault, the force field. So, yeah. My own silliness, not realising. That's just what happens. You can set up and go again. But anyway, that's it for this one. So, another loss for Cable. Every time I'm using Cable, he has a loss. It's not a good record, Cable. Not good at all. Thanks for watching anyway.